Okay, so thank you so much, everybody, for coming. I have been given the honor to come and give the presentation for KKLT and the journey that has taken place. We have started very well by seeing what Kevin wanted. And my presentation, to be honest, I just don't want us to think that we are here just because of KKLT. I want us to think that this is our journey too. And for me, it's really, truly an honor because a lot of you here were with Kevin from the very beginning. So before I start, you have met Kevin, but I'd also want to ask you to meet his mother, Veronica. Veronica, do you mind standing up? Veronica, please stay standing, please, if you don't mind. I'd also want you to meet his brother, Ian. Ian, do you mind standing up? I'd also want you to meet all who have taken a swab in this room. Can you stand up, please, if you have taken a swab? I'd also want you to meet every single person who has volunteered one way or the other and who was there at the very beginning. Can you please stand up? If you're there at the beginning and if you are a volunteer of KKLT, past and present volunteers, please stand up. I'd also want everybody who has donated money, who has helped in any way, including attending this dinner, to stand up.
Let's stand up, ladies and gentlemen. Give yourself a round of applause.
Yes, thank you, yes. Give yourself a round of applause because tonight is not just about Kevin, it's also about us who have walked this journey. And 8 years later, after he's passed, we are still here. So get seated and pat yourselves on the back. Thank you very much. Thank you. So tonight's presentation, we want to say a year in review, but unfortunately we have had a few years where there was so much happening. We all know what happened to the world. But we're going to look at all the things that we have done since the beginning, but concentrating more at the far end, this end of what we have done. We shall look at Kevin's story, how he initiated the donor drive, the community turnout, volunteers, the registration of KKLT into a charity. All these are under success stories. Then we look at the statistics and the impact of the outreach programs that KKLT has been undertaking. Then we look at our teams before we look at the next steps, which we are going to ask all of you to get involved in. So starting with Kevin, you've just listened to what Kevin did, what his wish was. Unfortunately, in 2014, Kevin passed away. In his last few weeks, he said he wanted to have 2,400 people register, 100 people for each year he has lived. And he wanted to target a fundraising of £24,000. And in his last days, he built a website. And when Kevin started KKLT, he did not envisage that you're going to reach here. And this is what The Guardian wrote about Kevin on his deathbed. So maybe you can all read for yourselves. Saying the 24,000 people, he wanted to join the bone marrow register, and unable to eat or speak, he used his strength to build a website. We have upgraded that website, but it all started with Kevin. And 9 years on, we have a registered charity. KKLT has won Organization of the Year BAFTA Award. It has held 4 huge fundraising events, contributed to the BBC Minority Donor Crisis, received £50,000 from commercial funders. We are also a member of the Kenyan Network of Cancer Associations, KENCO. Can you go back a little bit, please? We are a member of the KENCO. We are also part of the Stem Cell Registry, a joint initiative between the UK, Africa, and the Caribbean. We also have a robust social media presence. So if we have YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. You can find us anywhere. And we have also pitched on the Dragon's Den. So KKLT for the 9 years has been very, very active. People running up and down, trying to make Kevin's dream a reality. And those people are the people in this room. Those people are you and I. Those people are the people within our own communities. And that is why today, before we do anything else, I wanted us to appreciate us and to appreciate the community that we have. Sometimes we take ourselves for granted, but the community started right from the very beginning. When Kevin was sick in bed, he said, when they said, okay, you can only find a match from your own community, within 2 hours, 500 people turned up. I'm sure Pastor Kevadi will bear witness to that because he was leading on that. And all the years, 9 years down the road, here we are, full capacity. This event could not sell another extra ticket. We had to keep people out. Why? Because the community just stands up for KKLT. You can pause there for a bit because this is a little bit more. So at the same time, we have a very robust volunteer, and they have been very, very powerful. Veronica has done a brilliant job, and behind her has been a team of volunteers who have worked tirelessly every day. And those volunteers have managed to have played a critical role in providing aid and support during donor drives. They have also helped to build stronger communities by serving as mentors, as educators, as advocates for KKLT. The volunteers also have helped to distribute food and supplies and provide emotional support for cancer victims. These same volunteers have helped to organize and promote programs and events such as this one, where we create a community cohesion. So tonight is not just about being here for Kevin. Be here for yourself and meet somebody new, network, and have fun. So KKLT has been very busy. Yeah, has been very busy doing all these things. So a few statistics. Since Kevin, the video you watched at the very beginning, since then to now, what has taken place? We have reached over 30,000 people. Kevin's dream was to reach 2,400 people. We have far surpassed that expectation. We have also registered on the Stem Cell Register, registered to 4,000 people. And I think if you haven't been swabbed to get into that register, who's doing that? Is it outside? Yeah, you can go outside during any of the breaks and you can get yourself swabbed and you can get into that register. It's really easy. And after I finish speaking here, I'll invite Ben to come and tell you his story about being swabbed. And we have also supported over 100 people with our outreach program for emotional support. This is through donations which we have gotten from Wimbledon and other funders. We have raised over £80,000 for KKLT. We have also partnered with over 40 organizations, and we have, apart from these dinner galas and the big events, we tend to go out to events like Kenya in the Park, Face of Kenya, or wherever there is a community gathering to be able to swap people and to be able to create an awareness. We have done that in over 56 events, including some online ones during the, what did you call that thing that scared the world? COVID, yes, during COVID. So now that you have heard the story about KKLT and the far we have gone, what is the next steps? And when I ask these next steps, I'm asking everybody who stood up in the beginning, what is our next steps? So our next steps as a group is to think about how we can grow our partnerships by 25% year on year. And We want to partner with local faith organizations, with local organizations. So if you have an organization, if you own an organization and you're here, please reach out to one of us and let's make that happen. We want to reach to more faith groups. We have reached a lot with the Christian faith group, but we have other faith groups which we can be able to reach. We want to reach out to businesses. So if you're a business owner and we can be able to partner to help us increase our donor drives, that would be very welcome. We want to increase also partnerships with the medical community, which is very, very important, especially both here and in Kenya, because that is where we know in Africa we'll get more people who are of our color, who are of our ethnicity, who will help this donor drive to reach its peak. We also want to target universities. If you work in a university, please talk to one of us, because young people, a lot of us who were swabbed when they were in their 40s are now in their 50s, and it stops at the age of 55. You can no longer be able to donate. So we need a new brand of people to be swabbed. So please, we need partnerships with universities. Please go back a little bit, Ian, if you don't mind. Yeah, then we also want to, the next step also, we want to become a lead organization for providing support for leukemia survivors. And we want to support them and their families and their carers. And Veronica will be telling you more about that when she stands up to speak. Then we also want to increase our fundraising. Year on year, we want to raise it by 25%. We have so much work that still needs to be done. And if all of you tonight can reach into your checkbooks and do some donation, we'll be very, very grateful for that. Or even better, get onto a standing order that you give monthly towards KKLT, because that gives us confidence that our work can continue even when the big funders are not present. And we also want to continue organizing events like these, barbecues, and also continue applying for grants. And finally, I've been telling you a lot to meet, to talk to somebody this evening. So what I want to do is for the current volunteers to stand up. Can we have everybody in the event team to stand up, please? The events and outreach, KKL volunteers. Please look around you, and these are the people, if you want to join, you can be able to talk to them. Yeah. Thank you. You may be seated. Can the fundraising team also stand up, please? If you need to talk to anybody about your donations or giving, you can be able to reach the people who are standing up. And I'm in the fundraising team as well. So yeah, you can reach to any one of those. So please look around you. Somebody near your table, please talk to them. The marketing and publicity team, can you stand up, please? So that you can be introduced. Marketing and publicity. Thank you. Learning and onboarding, finally. Can you please stand up? So if you want to join KKLT, those beautiful young ladies there are the ones you can be able to talk to, and they'll train you and they'll tell you exactly what the next steps are. So thank you very, very much for listening to me.